Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my quiet, lovely, beautiful, peaceful, affordable, comfortable, golfing, and currently cloudy retirement community, affectionately known as...
Del Boca Vista?
Frank, you sound like you're not sure. Yes, it is Del Boca Vista. This is the new and reset independent nonprofit, non-monetized, non-aligned, self-funded, informative, semi-entertaining live docs report. Docs report encompasses citizen journalism with commentary opinion only on topics that interest me. I should add that in there. I am a student of truth, self-discovery that has improved my daily living and will continue to do so no matter who's in office or any economic condition. The Docs Report can be found on YouTube, Twitter, X, and Rumble. Email docsreport@fastmail.com. Thank you for viewing, liking, subscribing, following, and live commenting. Above all, say it with me, keep spiritually centered. One comment. Oh, tea and tickers, you're here. Tickers, I gotta do yeoman's duty today. I'm going to do 2 hours up to when tea and tickers start. And I got a suggestion for your show. I may have to, I'll tell it to my audience here. Just a suggestion. I know you're not into drama and it's watches only on Tuesday, but you know what you should consider? You should consider doing maybe an extra show a week and just no watches. Just set up a camera on the dogs and stay off the screen or set it up in your kitchen where the dogs are moving around, wherever they're at, and just open it for comments and just talk about life. Now, there is a lot of drama in life, but just something other than watches. Just a suggestion, And who do we have here earlier? Oh, special announcement today, no subscription needed for live chat. Acquired taste, Hooters update. A fella can hope. I don't know about that. The Hooter girls look to be underaged. Acquired Taste says, that's sad. That's life. Youth sells. I still think it would be a great idea if they had... Now remember, this is Hooters in the Villages, Florida. The Villages in Florida, it's an adult community. All seniors. Why not just have, if you can find people who want to work that are 50 years old, women that are 50 years old, they got to be somewhat in shape, you know. I mean, what am I going to talk to with a waitress like that, or they look like junior high girls to me, just too young. That's the other thing. Floodland, is the food any good there? They're known for their chicken wings, and that's not exactly healthy, right? So, but I'm going to go over there and just stare at these very young girls. It's just like, I would rather have a waitress being 50 years old and ask her a bunch of questions, or just talk to her. Oh, golfers. I got to tell you how crazy the weather is down here. So I get, before I tell you my morning, but I get home, enjoy my coffee, and there's just these red cells, yellow cells, just north of us, just barreling down. They're massive. It's going to be a direct hit. And it predicts on the weather, heavy rain. And then they just, poof, they disappear. They didn't have enough energy to come all the way here. It's amazing. And there was thunder and there was lightning. And we got just like a trace of rain. So it should be raining at 4 till tomorrow morning, so they just mowed the lawn, which is kind of cool. So that would be good if it would rain. So yeoman's duty today, I'm going to do 2 hours. So I got up early, hit the fitness center. You know that. You know how I handle it, right? It's push the water, defecation, then you hit the gym, ready to go. And I think, what's my latest blood sugar? I thought it was pretty good. Hold on, let me go look. You can't, whether you're controlling adult onset diabetes or you're trying to lose weight, you have to get a fitness program. I think you just have to. Where are my health records? Where are my labs? Wait a second. I have to go. Medicare Advantage Plus lab draws, June 11th. CBC with differential, is that it? I don't think that's it. It's an AC1, right? Should be AC1. Here it is, glucose. My eyes. 88. That's not bad. 71 years old, 88 on a fasting. Tea and tickers, reliving his past here. When I went to the United States of America, for the first time, my Brit friend who lived in L.A. took me to Hooters. Blew my mind and nearly my love. Wait a second. Hold on. Blew my mind. Where'd it go? And nearly my load. Yeah, but this is the Villages. I mean, I just don't want to go in there and stare at like girls that are in junior high school. That's what they remind me of. They're so young. And maybe I could see that in LA or Las Vegas, but these are just, and there's like no blondes or anything. It's like, I don't know if I can do that. I would like to go to the Olive Garden. There is a place on the lake here, not Lake Sumter, but the real lake that overlooks it. I can't remember the name of the restaurant. But I should go over there and just set up a camera and show you when it starts to cool off a little bit, because this one has the gators and boats and the whole thing. So I hit the fitness center this morning, got it done. I'm back to my old times now. I mean, there was no one to talk to. So I'm getting it done, like it just boom, boom, boom. And I think I got my conditioning back from the surgery, so I'm set. And again, somebody was asking me what I ate, what's my Sunday dinner. See, I don't plan my day around dinner or any food. I just want to get through. So like before the show today, I just had a heat and eat, which is salmon, green beans, and mashed potatoes. And I had some rice left over, and then I think I had some pistachio nuts. I can't stay away from those. These are jalapeno pistachio nuts. You get a little small bag for $10, pretty expensive. And then I had like a trail mix, and that's it. That'll get me through the show, and I got some energy. But I just don't plan for the unless it's the holidays. I've chosen, and you get to choose if you want to. If that's an important thing to you, what you're eating that day, then that's fine. But I have chosen a fitness lifestyle, and I think it's paying off. I got plenty of energy and don't have a gut at my age, so it's my whole family. Let's see, there's obesity, entire family, so you can't say, well, it's genetics, because I was heavy at one point. Oh, when you worked out, did you pack a little lunch or eat out? Well, you know where I eat. I mean, come on. Where is it? I have water in the car. Okay, so I push the water in the morning, then I have water in the car. So I got enough water to go through the fitness routine. But then when I get out, I start drinking the water, and I hit the road looking for... And I got it down now. I grab a coffee cup, and I'm always checking the rim of the coffee cup now, because if it's deformed or if it's really fat looking, just throw it away, because it's not going to keep a lid on it. So I get the coffee cup, shut the rim. I put a couple dashes of cinnamon in the bottom. I go to the kiosk. I punch in my order. This time, what did I have this morning? I had a crumbled sausage, scrambled egg burrito, and then I go over and pay for it. And then I come back, pour my coffee, and by that time, they got my order out there. They're so efficient. It's so good. And I'm sitting out there at Wawa, and they have tables out there, and it's like 7 in the morning. It's not even hot. What is it now? It's like 78. It's pretty cool out there. But it's just beautiful. And I'm looking at the gas pumps, there is a charter bus. I don't know how he made it in there. It's tall enough, but it's really tight. And it just reminded me of my old bus driving days. And what was the name of the company was Groomers. And it's a charter to Orlando Airport. Not a charter, but a service a shuttle to the Orlando International Airport. And then he's filling it up, I guess. It better be diesel. And I wonder if they gave him a company credit card, or did he have to do it on his credit card? But anyway, he's filling it up. And I was going to go talk to him and just say, hey, congratulations. I used to drive, but I don't know how you got that thing in here. So he pulls out, and there's no way he could make a left turn down there. There's no way. So he made a right and took off. And guess what? I could smell the bus diesel fumes. Oh, that brought back memories. I didn't mind it at all, you know. And I'm just sitting here and to think I'm in Florida, thanks to Donnie and Reggie, and well, Donnie's daughter actually. She gave me the idea to move to the Villages, but I'm not in the Villages. I'm across the street, and it's unimaginable to me that I got it pulled off. You know, I pulled it off. Comments? Flood. Let's see. Well, he had some real problems. T and Tigger, the breaking news. Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. Does his wife divorce him? I think. I don't know. But he had some problems. How old was he? Now I got to go look. I got to know. Ozzy Osbourne, let's hit the news. Dies just weeks after farewell show. Oh, he did a farewell show? Well, he timed that pretty good. Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath frontman and icon of British heavy metal, dies age 76. Did they ever give him a knighthood? Tickers, you got to tell me that. I'd like to know. No, when you worked back in your Vegas, oh yes, oh absolutely, yes. Once in a while, at the one place they'd order out Thai food, and I got like mint chicken. That was always pretty good, as long as I toned down the spices. Yeah, I took a lunch, a sandwich, you know, like a light breakfast or something. I pop in the microwave. They had microwaves there. And you really couldn't, they made ham sandwiches just to get me through the day, yes. And then after I left work, instead of working the overtime, I decided to, you know, it wasn't making me money. It wasn't making me happy. So instead of just making more money, which doesn't make me happy, I hit the gym, Gold's Gym. Amazing Air Show Videos says hello. Yes, Tickers just told us that. Ozzy Osbourne died. Chili Badger checking in. Hey, hello, one and all. Yes, yes, it was Groomers. It's a shuttle to, look it up. Put in the Villages, the Groomers bus. Well, I'll look it up. I think that's what it said. Shuttle service. The Villages to Orlando Airport, Groomers. And it says, it's Groom. I'm sorry, Groome. Groome? No, Groom. Well, let me put it in the chat. I don't know, however you want to pronounce it. Groome. Groome? Not Groomers. Yeah, it's time to go, Chili. What do you mean, oh shit? 76, and he was in bad health. He did a farewell tour. At least he got that. I mean, he should thank the Almighty that he didn't go out on stage for his farewell tour and just fall over. You know, that would have been bad. Acquired Taste says, wow, Tickers. Acquired Taste. Hooters. No, they didn't. Ozzy Osbourne wasn't knighted like Mick Jagger. And there's the name of the shuttle service to the international airport from the Villages. Problem is, I have to go take my bags. Well, I have to take a Uber, I guess, over there with my bags to the bus stop or wherever it is, and then take the shuttle in. Now, the guy who lives up the street, 87, I think, or it could be 88, he's still, $75, he'll drive me right to the airport. I'm still thinking of that. So it was kind of funny. Give you some inside Del Boca Vista baseball. So I could see him up there, but he's not looking my way. So I start clapping, and then I wave at him. So then I go talk to the other neighbor, the military guy. So now he walks down to talk to us, and we're in the shade at the military guy's house. And he says he's going to go visit his great-granddaughter. And then the military guy, what, you got a great-granddaughter? He goes, yes. So there's always this competition. Well, I got a granddaughter who's going to be 23, and that someday I'll have a great-grandson or great-granddaughter. And I said something like he's counting his chickens before the eggs hatch, or so, I don't know. It's a funny, I mean, people are different. Like, I just had my lawn mowed, right? So now it's shorter than his. What he's going to do. Almost predictable. He's going to go out and cut his lawn. That's the way it is. Okay, so we got some stuff to do today, and I've only got one story, but I got to do 2 hours. And I'm not doing Playboard a Go-Go. That's going to be next week. So, it's open, really, whatever you want to talk about. And then I'm going to go into the... there's a lot going on here as far as... It's very serious stuff. And this is the reason I wasn't interested in the Epstein file story at all, because this is much bigger than that. Much bigger. And if you think Watergate was bad, because the media will never let Watergate go. Oh, it was terrible. No one's above the law, even the president. Well, what's transpiring now? Let me put it this way: the Watergate was a fraternity prank compared to what's going on today. And this is the reason they didn't want Trump back in to win. There's just too much crud going on. So what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be reading to you. I put together a PDF file. It's 5 minutes, and you can understand the whole political ramifications of what's at stake here, what Tulsi Gabbard came out to say. And this guy, let me read you his credentials. Where is it? Right here. So, let me close this. Okay, the man is Mike Davis, and this is his website. The Article 3 Project. Article 3 Project brings brass knuckles to fight leftist lawfare. We fearlessly protect the law. We are unfazed and determined. The Article 3 Project team has experience in all areas of government and knows how to effectively fight Washington. And here's the guy, the founder, Mike Davis, as reported in the New York Times. What I want to do with Article 3 Project is to take off the gloves, put on the brass knuckles, and fight back. Oh, he knows his stuff. And Mike Davis, Article 3 Project founder, led the most aggressive confirmation strategy, seating the most judges in the last 50 years. Okay. And if you want, there's a link in the description if you want to go check this out. And there's another guy. I was going through this. Let's see. Here's Mike Davis. I started the Article 3 Project in 2019 after I helped Trump win the Gorsuch and Kavanaugh fights. We saw then how relentless and evil too many of today's Democrats have become. They're Marxists who hate America, or they're Marxists that think America owes them something. And I think this applies to Canada too. They believe in censorship, and they have politicized and weaponized our justice system. Mike Davis, founder and president. There he is, Mike Davis. That's who we're listening to today. There was and I had the clip up on X. I would have played it here, but he talks so fast, and they put it to music. So I don't want to get a copyright strike. But so I thought, you know what? I'm just a King James Bible thumper, gun owner, ex-bus driver. I want to understand it. So I went through and made notes. I made a PDF file, like 2.5 pages. It's not single-spaced. So he can, in 5 minutes, he can tell you what's going on. He knows it backwards and forward. And there's another guy here. Now, Will Chamberlain, I don't know, senior counsel. But this guy I've seen on television. He's really good too. Josh the Hammer, senior counsel. Very sharp. So just giving you a little background, because when we get, I'm going to work the comments first, but once I get into the PDF file, then I'm just setting it up for that, because then I'm going to focus on the PDF file. Okay, so let's go back. We got 4 comments. And we don't want that. We want a shot. There it is. Nixon's gold shock was the worst. Watergate was really nothing. Well, when he took us off the gold standard, yeah. I don't know if they do or not. Maybe the Chinese have it. I don't know. Chili Badger, referencing J. Epstein now, the FBI have all the sex tapes on rich people. That's it in a nutshell. Wait a second. Hang on. Caroline Levitt, what did you say?
President Trump has directed the Attorney General Pam Bondi to move forward with requesting grand juries related to the Epstein files unseal their relevant documents.
I guess you got to go through a grand jury to get it unsealed. I don't know. I thought the judge could do that. But to me, it's a much to do about nothing. Oh, comments. Where is Aussie expat to update us on the Genius Act, stable coins? I don't know. What are you into that? I wouldn't touch it at my age. Oh, I got to tell you, I looked at the S&P 500 this morning. Oh, I can do better than that. I looked at I looked at my numbers this morning.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Oh, it was good. It was good. I got a cushion. Well, I don't know how big a cushion, but EDMM for sure. And this year alone, $70,000. You know? So now, will it be there when I go to sell it? I don't know. I did move some off the table. Seriously? Jeez. You know, I think you got a court case there. Bart Simpson, the state of Washington is offering down payment assistance. Now, this is Bart reporting, not Doc's report. Offering down payment assistance. Down payment assistance. Okay, but that's not the problem. I know during the housing bubble, when Obama, was it Clinton or Obama? No, it was Obama, forced the banks to drop the lending standards. And then, of course, the banks gathered up all the mortgages and sold them to Norway and Iceland, sold them overseas. Not the down payment. Can you make the payment? Can you afford to live in a home? You can get into a home, but can you afford it? That's the question. Down payment assistance to the first-time home buyers. White people are excluded from the program. I think you got a case there. Let's go look that up. Washington State home buying assistance for whites. Well, it doesn't say that. In Washington, now this is AI, this is Google AI. In Washington State, several homeownership assistance programs are available for first-time home buyers with low to moderate incomes. These programs, primarily offered through the Washington State Housing Finance Commission, are not specifically designed based on race. Oh, not specifically. Well, so I don't know. I don't know if you're reporting that correctly, Bart Simpson. Important note, Washington's Covenant Homeownership Program was established to address the impact of historical housing discrimination and is specifically tailored for certain racial and ethnic groups who have experienced systematic housing discrimination in the state. All right. This program's eligibility criteria include a requirement that the homeowner or a parent or grandparent or great-grandparent lived in Washington state before April 1968 and belongs to one of the specific racial or ethnic groups, Black, Hispanic, Native American, Alaska Native. Well, just be like, what's her name, the senator. Just say you got some, you're Native American. What's her name? I don't even like thinking about her. Alaska Native, Native Hawaiian, or other Pacific Islander, Korean or Asian Indian. Okay, enough of that. Those tapes equal money. I don't think so. I know they released the Martin Luther King files, and they released the JFK files. What do we learn from that? Nothing. See, I'm more interested. Well, we know. Did Clinton was on the plane. Clinton visited the island. In the back of my mind, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to speculate. They were politicians. Celebrities get away with all sorts of stuff. And it was an island. I don't know if is it against the law? If they're underage, what's the age on the island? I don't know. I just don't. I mean, it's too bad about the girls, but I mean, I have no interest in it whatsoever. I doubt, because this story I'm going to go over today is much bigger than that. But again, I got to kill 2 hours. So I'm going to wait on the hour to do my story. I doubt there are any high-profile celebs with the blackmail tapes. Probably all corporate rich dudes. Yeah, you really got something against successful people, don't you, Jilly Badger? Corporate types, corporate rich dudes. You should be pissed at the country you're living in where you can't get ahead. Like, look at Canada. Trump didn't do anything to Canada. These are other Marxists up in Canada, these liberals. Or in the UK, they don't want you to get ahead. You are to be controlled. And corporations are just people. People. I worked for the Greyhound Bus Corporation. It was okay. It's just employment. So, let's see. Yes. So what did I have? So I had my breakfast. It's not enough to hold me over. I had my water. So I got tomorrow off, Wednesday. And then the cleaning lady texted me. And she says, my girlfriend give me a ride over here on Thursday. I said, fine. And I said, time? And she goes, 9:30 to 10. I said, great. See you then. So now I had to kill some time before the show. You know, it's kind of neat. I think it's probably easier setting up a time. I had 0 people waiting for me, but it's easier on me to set it up. I might just start doing this every Tuesday. So anyway, so her girlfriend's going to bring her. So that tells me there's no way she gets here by 10. 10:30 would be wonderful, but more like 11 or later or no show at all. But I love her. I accept her as she is. And if she doesn't show, I'm going to leave the house anyway. I'm going to go out and have breakfast. And I think I'm going to go out and I got that gold pinky ring and a gold chain. I want to get appraised because I think I'm going to have to sell that. I'll see what they offer me for it, just for the gold, you know. As long as they don't. Now, one jeweler said they have to scratch the coin. It's a 2 peso ring, but I don't want the coin scratched. They should be able to, you know, just see. There's a jewelry shop here. I'm going to go across there. I may even take it because I'll have to. There's another guy I went to when I took the diamond in, and he wouldn't give me a price, which was really nice of him because I would have been pissed off because I didn't know synthetic diamonds destroyed the market, basically. Comment. I don't just say that, or I'm just saying, I don't. that he hates corporate or rich dudes. I'm just saying there are easier targets. No, the politicians are the targets. Well, of course, I guess a corporate guy could lose his job, lose his, That's possible. Okay, clarification noted. So I got the cleaning lady coming Thursday. That'll be cool. And what else? Look at the hedge. Look at that nice, beautiful hedge. How cool does that look? Doesn't that look good? Look at that, nice and straight and clean. Done by you know who. I just have to do it myself. The key is to take off the front and then vacuum it or rake it up, and then I use the blower, and then I'm done. And I'll just do the top and the back on the others the next day. I didn't give you the weather. 78 degrees. How cool is that? 26 degrees Celsius. Humidity 86%. Winds 5 kilometers. That would be 3 miles per hour. It's still too humid to do anything. Uno momento. Okay. All right, well, let's just get into it. I can always play music for an hour and a half. So let's get into it. So I showed you that. Now, the first part of the notes that I took involves one known as Hillary Clinton. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it would start off with her? Hillary Clinton. And she was Secretary of State, and she had her home server at home, and she was also trying to allegedly, possibly, allegedly, quid pro quo or pay to play for the foundation. So when she wins the presidency, she was Secretary of State under Obama. So I happened to go and I found the annual report of the Clinton Foundation annual report. I'm not going to display it. I think I'm just going to go to some of the parts I thought. Let's see, a letter from President Clinton, blah, blah, blah. Clinton Global Initiative. Economic inequality. Oh, Clinton Development Initiative. Yeah, all this talking and, the best thing any government can do for you is set the boundaries so you can have capitalism flourish and you can get a job. The job is what separates you, not handouts from government, not handouts from, or not as green sustained jobs. When they talk that's just nonsense. And who makes the solar panel? China. The Clinton Global Initiative, mission to inspire, connect, and empower global leaders. I just always wanted a job. Just give me a decent job to forge solutions to the world's most pressing challenges. Okay, yeah. So it starts with Hillary Clinton. Well, I'm just going through this. Global health. When they stopped DDT, that killed a lot of people because the mosquitoes took off again, malaria. Clinton Health Access Initiative. He's got something, here we go. Economic inequality in some of the poorest regions of Africa. What about the poorest regions in America? So he just goes on. I can't really stomach this. And this is 2011. 2 comments. Uh-oh. Got a celebrity in the house. We have a celebrity in the house. Let me get rid of this. Whoop, that doesn't look good. All right, that's better. Happy Meal. I better read it first. Oh, I didn't. That's terrible. Happy meal. I just want to express my deepest condolences to Patrick A.D. Nevercalling and his family for the loss of Patrick's dad. May grace and strength guide them through their grief. Happens to everybody. Oh, too bad. He must have been a pretty healthy dude, his dad. I mean, how old is Patrick? Lived a long life. Oh, geez, says Chili Badger. Patrick, take care. Sorry for your loss. Now, let's see. Now, not only did well, let's forget that on your report. I got something new now. I found the Form 1099 for the Clinton. In fact, let me blow it up here. So I can read it. Okay, I have the return organization exempt from income tax, Form 990 to 2023. Now that's pretty recent. That's open to the public. Bill and Hillary Chelsea Clinton Foundation. Their address, 1200 President Clinton Avenue, Little Rock, Arkansas. If you're interested, you can go see the www.clintonfoundation.org. Net unrelated business taxable income. Well, that would be zero. Unrelated business revenue, $3,122,636. But I was interested in, it's a nonprofit, but who makes the money at the nonprofits? The employees. Let's see their employees going all the way down. If anybody wants this, I'll send it to you, no charge. If I keep it, I'll probably keep. Oh, here we go. Bruce Lindsay. Now that name sounds familiar. He puts in 45 hours a week, average per week. He makes reportable compensation at $360,801. And the estimated amount of other compensation is $53,744. So he's making over $400,000 a year. Oh, Chelsea Clinton, vice chair, 25 hours a week. She gets nothing. So you got a bunch of volunteers here, directors. They're all volunteers, except for Amy Sandgren Fisher, GS, whatever that is, Assistant Secretary, Chief HR, Human Resources. She puts in 50 hours a week, $277,000, and then another compensation of $62,000. So she's well in the $300,000 club. Katrina Owa, O-W-O-H, nearly $188,000 plus another $57,000. Kevin Thurm, the CEO of the Clinton Foundation, 50 hours a week, $432,000 plus an extra almost $67,000. Stephanie S. Street, 2 E's, 2 T's, Executive Director, Secretary, 50 hours a week, $230,000 approximately, and another $61,000. Good money. Greg Millen, CEO of CGI, Clinton Global Initiative, I guess, 50 hours a week. He's pulling in $272,000 and an extra $64,000. So there's money in the nonprofits. I don't see, and there's a few more. They're all $270,000, $200,000, $300,000, and they all get like an extra $60,000, $44,000. I just find it interesting. They also hire independent contractors. One is the Markham Group, LLC, event management, $4 million. Back to the comments. Oh, no comments. That's all right. I got to kill 2 hours. And you know, I don't have that many viewers, so I'm just doing it for my own fun. And now let's see, statement of revenue. It says here, Presidential Center made $1.6 million total revenue. Clinton Global Initiative, $612,000. Oh, they have investment income, including dividends and interest, $2 million. They know where to put their money. Speech revenue, only $500. So I'm going down, I'm just checking, lobbying, benefits paid, compensation of current officers, directors, trustees, and key employees, over $2 million. Total expense. If anybody wants this, I'll send it to you. A lot of money in these nonprofit organizations. Pledges and grants receivable net, $13 million, beginning of the year. End of the year, $10 million. But I don't have an accounting degree, and I don't play an accountant online. But there's no sense, this just goes on forever. I'm just seeing, sometimes you can pick up some things here. Anyway, you've all heard of the Clinton Foundation. A Chili Badger upvote, at least if you're watching, the more people the merrier, even AC3. Oh, you think he doesn't watch this show. He could care less. Well, if I get into the main story, I won't have anything to go with, but 44 minutes in. You know what, I'll play music till 4 o'clock. So let's get to the main story. So I do have to play one clip just to set the groundwork, okay? One clip. That's all I got. One clip, and then I'll go through the PDF file I put together. Tulsi Gabbard.
The intelligence community assessed, and this is what the documents detail, the intelligence community assessed essentially Russia doesn't have the tools, the capability, or the intent to try to change the outcome of the U.S. presidential election. Donald Trump pulls off a historic victory against Hillary Clinton in November of 2016. Even in the days after that election, the intelligence community continued their consistent assessment that reflected the same thing in the months leading up to the election. All of a sudden, in the early days of December, there was a president's daily brief that was drafted. This is put together by the different elements of the intelligence community that reflected that same assessment. Russia did not try to hack the election, in essence. That PDB, that document, was pulled hours before it was supposed to be published for the president to see that following morning. That document was never published until we released it yesterday. One day later, President Obama calls a meeting of his National Security Council, his top officials, to be held on what they called a sensitive topic. And the results of that meeting, which we released yesterday, and these over 100 documents that talk about in detail how President Obama and his team, he directed a manufactured piece of intelligence that detailed not if, but how Russia tried to influence the outcome of the United States election that President Trump won in November of 2016. This document was then used as the foundation for everything that came next. It was essentially a years-long coup that was launched against President Trump before he even had the opportunity to take his oath of office and be sworn in as President of the United States. So, as you know, there was a Mueller investigation that went on for years, cost taxpayers nearly $40 million. There were 2 congressional impeachments. President Trump and almost every member of his family were smeared and attacked, faced lawsuits, depositions. High-level officials were investigated, some were arrested and put in jail. The list goes on and on about the ramifications of this, but foundational to it all was the fact that we had in President Obama and his leadership team people who did not want to accept the will of the American people in electing Donald Trump in 2016, and therefore cooked up this treasonous conspiracy to, again, try to effectively, and they did effectively, launch a years-long coup against the sitting president of the United States.
Okay, and there, the name of that orchestrated lie was Crossfire Hurricane, the FBI scandal. And I put this together just so a King James Version Bible thumper, gun owner, ex-bus driver would understand it. There is a link in the description, and you can go listen to it for yourself. It was an interview on Blaze TV with Mike Davis, who I explained to you who Mike Davis is. So all claims are alleged in this attempted transcription. So in just 2.5 pages, I can tell you what's going on. It made sense to me. I mean, then I can understand it. And of course, it starts with who? Hillary Clinton. All claims are alleged in this attempted transcription I did. Hillary Clinton, former First Lady, Senator, Secretary of State, presidential candidate, co-founder, Clinton Foundation. Crossfire Hurricane started when Hillary Clinton, with her illegal home server, now this is Mike Davis being interviewed. This is what he was taught, and the woman sitting there didn't ask anything. He just top of his head. He wasn't looking at notes. He just did it from the top of his head. But he was talking fast, and I want to slow it down and get it written, put it on paper, and just what is he saying here? Well, her illegal home server, and I remember that, unsecured as Secretary of State. This home server not only had our country's most classified secrets, it also contained evidence of the Clinton Foundation illegal pay-to-play, allegedly, foreign bribery scheme where the Clinton Foundation was making tens of billions, with a B, of dollars from foreign governments, foreign entities. Maybe, just maybe, there was a quid pro quo corruption, allegedly, when she held the position of Secretary of State under Obama. Remember that? She got caught with her illegal home server. She took hammers to the device. She bleached bit it. She destroyed the evidence. Obstruction of justice, allegedly. Big problem, that server was almost certainly hacked by U.S. adversaries, and including Russia. What they, Clinton campaign, Obama White House, and Joe Biden, were worried about was that server would be leaked before the 2016 election by the Russians. Okay, so this is what brought on this orchestrated lie, allegedly. And this is Mike Davis talking. What did they do? They made up this, and you remember all this, if you watched the news at all back then. And what did they do? They made up the Steele Trump-Russia dossier at Perk and Coy law firm. They used that Steele dossier, just made up corrupt evidence, and gave it to intel agencies. And they can prove all of that. They're going to try and prove all this in court. And this, when she said treasonous, what's the penalty for treason? Google it. Corrupt evidence and gave it to intel agencies, Justice Department, and they used it to get illegal spy warrants from the FISA courts. So they allegedly lied to they knew it wasn't true, and they took it to FISA courts, which is highly illegal. What is a FISA court? It's the Foreign Intelligence Service Court, Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, FISA, F-I-S-C. Is a U.S. federal court established in 1978 to oversee requests for surveillance and other intelligence gathering activities conducted for foreign intelligence purposes within the United States. All right. So I misspelled it. FISA court, President Trump. So they used that to get illegal spy warrants from the FISA courts on President Trump, his campaign, and continue to spy on him as the President of the United States. They hobbled his presidency. That makes Watergate look like nothing. They were spying on his campaign. They were spying as he was president. They were causing him all sorts of problems. Crossfire's Hurricane's purpose was this. If this evidence off of Hillary's home server came out before the 2016 election, Hillary can say, you can't trust it. This is a campaign dirty trick by the Trump campaign colluding with the Russians. Sounds crazy? Now this is Mike Davis talking. Well, they did the same thing in 2020 with Hunter Biden's laptop of the Biden family corruption. The CIA, working with 51 former intel officials, said it had all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation campaign. They got the New York Post canceled from the internet, got it deplatformed. America's oldest continuous newspaper got canceled from social media. The link got taken off the internet. Okay, you can see this. President Trump's first term declassified Crossfire hurricane. It took 4 years. It was the day before Trump left office. Rick Grinnell, acting Director of National Intelligence under President Trump, from February 2020 to May 2020, that's when he served, finally got the job done after the FBI, intelligence agencies, and Justice Department fought him tooth and nail. Because they knew it was, they didn't want to be found out, allegedly, the way I look at it. They declassified Crossfire Hurricane the day before President Trump left office. The FBI and the intel officials ran to Mark Meadows, the last to serve as Trump's White House chief of staff, and said, "You cannot publicly release this. It has sources." And you guys are worried about the frickin' Epstein files. You cannot publicly release this. It has sources and methods. You're going to violate the Privacy Act. This is a crime. Mark Meadows, the day they left the White House, 2021, sent a memo saying, okay, do your Privacy Act review and publicly release these documents. Guess what? Now, this is Mark Davis talking. They did not do the privacy review. They didn't publicly release these documents and records. Instead, they did was the Mar-a-Lago raids to get back the Crossfire Hurricane record documents that led to Jack Smith's, he's the attorney and former special counsel, U.S. Department of Justice, indictment with Judge Cannon. That's Judge Aline Cannon. Jack Smith, didn't like the judge he drew, so he brought another unprecedented indictment in D.C. against Trump. Unprecedented for the Justice Department to bring two separate indictments against the same defendant. The lawfare, ladies and gentlemen, at the same time in two different venues. That's what Jack Smith did. They had these other Democratic prosecutors working with the Biden House, like Fannie Willis and Ethane Wade Billings. His time to collude with Biden White House, 16 hours at $250 an hour for 2 meetings. Now, this is all off of Mark Davis's head. And it was a 5-minute, I wouldn't even call it an interview. He's just talking to the Blaze, he was on Blaze TV, and it's in the description if you want to go watch it. But he talks so fast, I wanted to print it out. I wanted to write it up. Okay, before they brought their indictment in Georgia, you had Matthew Colangelo deploy from the Biden-Harris Justice Department to Alvin Bragg's office, this George Soros, allegedly funded DA, to bring the first indictment ever. This brought 4 indictments. So you got 4 indictments of President Trump after he left office. They're scared to death that he gets back in. This is clearly coordinated in collusion with the Biden White House. It's clear Biden waived Trump's claim of executive privilege through his deputy White House counsel, Jonathan Sue, that led to Jack Smith's 2 indictments. Ethane Wade Billings, his time, Matthew Colangelo, going from the Biden Justice Department. Biden's hands are on all 4 of these indictments. Well, that's too bad because he can't tie his shoelaces. Now this is Mark Davis, there has to be a criminal probe of this. It comes back to Crossfire Hurricane, Obama, Biden, Hillary, Comey, Jay Bratt, Department of Justice, and was serving as counsel to Special Counsel Jack Smith. Andrew Weissman served as lead prosecutor in Robert Mueller's Special Counsel's office, focusing on the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election. All of these guys, these are deep state bad actors who are involved with Crossfire Hurricane, the biggest scandal in American history and its cover-up. And you're worried about the Epstein files. And why do you think corporate media is pushing the Epstein files? Because they don't want this to come out. It's a smokescreen. And so I'm just trying to put in just this 3-page PDF so you can understand it better. Because you go on the news now, everybody wants to get clicks. Corporate media is dying or is dead. So Fox News, I don't watch any of it because you can't learn anything. All of these deep state-backed actors are involved with Crossfire Hurricane. I already said that. They spied on a presidential campaign. They spied on the President of the United States. They lied to the FISA court. This is the most explosive story in American history, so forget the Epstein files. It's going to come out when President Trump is back in office. Now, this interview was in November of 2024. In American history, it's going to come out when President Trump back in office. It's coming out now, and that's why they tried to bankrupt him. That's why they tried to throw him in prison for life with 4 bogus indictments. That's why they tried to take him off the ballot unconstitutionally. That's why he tried to underfund. That's why they tried to underfund his Secret Service protection that almost took it off his head. Oh, it was great. But he talked too fast. Mike Davis, president of the Article 3 Project, interviewed by Liz Wheeler, Blaze TV, November 24th, 2024. YouTube link is in the description. And that's basically the show today. I just wanted to get that out. I hope we'll get some views of this. I don't have anybody watching, but that's okay. I got 5 people. 4 people. But that's what you don't want to hear, but that's what you must hear. That's what's important, not the Epstein files. Forget the Epstein files. You got these deranged, dangerous Democrats lying to the FISA courts, going after an ex-president. They're covering up. They're covering it up. But thank God we got Patel as the FBI director and we got Tulsi Gabbard. Now we can talk about anything you want to do. Because I got to kill a whole hour here. So I got to bring back some viewers. So what I'm going to do, I got to go to my secret weapon. Where's my secret weapon? Oh, wrong file, X. It's in my downloads. Okay, here's my secret weapon. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to stop the screen. And I'm going to give you, I'm going to play a video file for you. It'll kill 20 minutes and then I got to come back. But if you want to bring up a topic, just put it in the comments. Here's a secret weapon. We're going to have a rainstorm.